How's everybody doing? It's Sully138, and I never thought I'd make another NHL 14 Hockey Ultimate Team video, because let's face it, I think I speak for a lot of people. This game is it's run its course. It is July. It's close to the end of July, and yeah, I got to give EA credit though. They keep releasing more different cards, new cards. They were definitely over with a year ago. I remember the last set they released was what the Silky Mitts Awards or something like that, and for NHL 13. But they're still releasing new cards as we speak. I'm still curious if they're going to release more new cards next year. And I like the fact that you have chances to still land some of the cards that they've been re-releasing throughout the year. So that's pretty awesome. And EA's done a phenomenal job as far as releasing extra cards this year compared to last year. I mean, you got the team of the weeks, but other than that, they didn't have all these specialty cards coming up all the time. As many of the player of the games. You had the team of the year. You had the Movember cards. I know they had Movember last year. I think they did, anyways. I'm not too sure, but you know, you had the Fight for Cancer cards, the Stanley Cup cards. But the fact that there's been a consistent release of cards every single week, even up to this point, is pretty phenomenal. And they did an amazing job. I just wish their gameplay was just as good as their DLC content. Hopefully NHL 15 will speak volumes. I hope EA puts their money where their mouth is and gives us a game that doesn't make us scratch our heads and say, what the fuck, all the time. And hopefully people don't have to rely on exploits to tie games, to win games in general, and just I don't know, just to keep the hockey fans where they are and loving the game. So that's what I'm hoping for NHL 15. I'm really looking forward to see what they do for Hockey Ultimate Team. But anyways, it was X-Hype, the guy who donated me that crazy fucking team in my donation video. Someone donated. I hate saying the word donation because I'm not a charity case. And it's not going to any charitable contributions. I feel like the word donation gets tossed around lightly in this community. But this guy gave me a bunch of great cards. If you go back a few months and was to put together the price, it was easily a seven point something million dollar team he gave me, and I just couldn't even believe it. The guy completely just gave me the best Hockey Ultimate Team experience I could ever ask for. I never ever thought I would have a Sidney Crosby on my team. I had Malkin last year, but the Team of the Year Malkin he gave me this year is easily the best hut card I've ever used in my Hockey Ultimate Team career for the last 3 years that it's been out. Unfortunately, I don't have the Malkin anymore. I actually sold most of the players that he gave me, and I felt super guilty doing that because even though he gave them to me, I felt they still didn't feel like they were mine, but he was able to give me the team I always wanted to put together. He afforded me the team I've always wanted, and the only player I don't have that I've always wanted, and it's the only player I haven't been able to get this year, is Datsuk. I would love any type of Datsuk just to say I used them. You know what I mean? But I'll show you what what I'm working with now. And it was requested by X-Hype, so the least I can do is make him this video. And every time he comes to my streams, he asks me who do I have for trade. I don't expect anything in return. I'll just give it to him, you know, because that's what he's given me such a team and given me such joy in Hockey Ultimate Team this year. Whatever card he wants, I'm just going to give it to him pretty much. That's how it's going to work for me, because I have a team that if there's a certain player I want, at least I can sell somebody and get what I want, if not more, you know. But I did keep Player of the Game Stamkos. I didn't keep Team of the Year Ovechkin. Every single card that X-Hype gave me, I used for 30-plus games within a 3-day span or something like that, maybe even less. I played a lot of games with those players. And there's a couple things. One thing, I didn't believe in Ice Tilt until I had such a team that I felt like I just couldn't. I'm wondering why I'm giving up the goals the way I did. These like weird bounces all the time, and it was really consistent too. And all my players were missing the net, especially Ovechkin. Ovechkin, every time I put a shot on net, it felt like Ovechkin was hitting the boards. It just didn't work out for me. But Player of the Game Stamkos, on the other hand, has been phenomenal for me. He's a little slower than the rest of the players that I have. He's got a 91 skate. I think it's probably because of the way he skates, not because of how fast he skates, because he doesn't feel like some of the 91s I have. But his shot and his one timers are unmatched in this game, and that's just my opinion. I mean, Ovechkin's got a harder shot for sure, but Stamkos always seems to be on point. He always seems to get the shot on net, which always matters to me. And his one timers are ridiculous in this game. Just completely out of control as far as getting a lot of goals. He's just nuts. I love player of the game Stamkos. I've heard a lot of bad things about this card for some weird reason throughout the year until I got a hold of him, and I can't believe he's one of the best cards I've ever had. I got rid of my team of the year Crosby because I wanted to put together a team that I always wanted. At least I can say I used them, but then I felt like that the team of the year Crosby that I had was awesome. I mean, he's awesome, but I'm not a big Crosby fan in general because I'm a Bruins fan, so I gotta hate everybody that's on the other teams. But that's not true. I have a lot of respect for Crosby, and I have a lot of respect for other teams in the NHL. I don't know. I felt like I wanted to get another Crosby again after I got rid of him, and I ended up getting the 97 Hot Live card, and he's still phenomenal. I think it doesn't matter which Crosby you have. He's going to play like a beast in this game. His deacon, his shot, his skate, his hands, everything's impressive about him. And I'm just absolutely in love with this card. So I'm glad I got the 97 one. I gave him the captain, so it brings him up to a 99. And people have asked me if I wanted the 99 card. I'm not interested. I really like the card that I have. He seems to get the job done, so there's no need for me to upgrade at all. So I got him lined up with Duchesne. I grabbed the Duchesne when he was re-released in packs and became affordable. When he dropped down to the 200K price range. Before now you can get him for under 100K, which is awesome. Anybody can go out and get cards now, which is awesome. They can put together their dream team. I just love Duchesne. He's wicked fast. His 90 shot is not as high as some of the players that I have, but I feel like he's more accurate and more consistent than some of the snipers I've ever had. He's just been phenomenal, and he's a solid playmaker. I can see why he was so much went for so much in the beginning, even more so than a Hot Live Bergeron when the first Hot Live Bergeron came out. He's just been a phenomenal player for me, and he pairs up really well with Stammer and Crosby, and that's why I got him up on the first line. Carlson is easily the best offensive defenseman I've ever had. There's only one problem with him, and it's his only downfall in this game. He's a complete ragdoll. Like, the guy gets blown out of his fucking hockey skates when he gets hit. Even the slightest bump, he fucking gets thrown like a ragdoll, and I've never had to use so many injury cards on one player in my whole entire year. Carlson's burned through a lot of injury cards, and it's the only downfall, but he's still worth keeping on the team. I mean, it came to a point where it got kind of annoying, and I almost went and got Doughty to match up with Chara, but it's hard to replace a defenseman that scores so many goals, and it's like having a fourth offensive player out there when you're in the offensive zone. His Deacon is amazing. Look, he's got 99 hands. That's insane for a defenseman. And the 92 shot, he's incredible off the face-off when he rips it from the face-off. He's amazing on the point. I've never had a player who's got such a blazing shot with such accuracy. Chara, on the other hand, has the most powerful shot I've ever seen on a defenseman, but it's so inaccurate. It always hits the boards, but when it does go in through the net, it's just the most beautiful thing ever. Is when you're taking fucking slap shots with Chara from the point, and he actually is actually on point and scores the goal. He's a fucking wrecking ball. I've never had a player that bruises so many players on the ice in one game like Chara does. His only downfall is if he passes it to the point and your opponent intercepts it and is off for the breakaway, forget about it. Like, I've heard other people give reviews on Chara saying he's got the long strides to make up for his speed. It's such bullshit. Like, Chara, once Chara makes a mistake, he dearly pays for it. And that's the only downfall with Chara. Carlson, on the other hand, you can make the mistake with Carlson, and luckily I have Carlson on the line with Chara. Carlson will get back and beat the breakaway on a fucking on breakaway. He could beat my opponent on the breakaway and stick lift and get the puck and bring it back to the defensive zone. So that's what's a beauty about Carlson. But When the players are out there a little bit too long and Chara coughs up that puck, forget about it. My opponent's off of the races and does the couple fucking leg kicks and scores that easy breakaway goal. So that's the only downfall with Chara. But other than that, his all-around game is pretty superb. And but the inaccuracy with his shot kind of sucks sometimes. But when he rips and he hits the boards, I've never heard such a loud fucking bang in my life from any of these players in these games that shoots the puck so hard. It's amazing. So I really love this first line a lot. Duchesne, the only reason why he's on the first line compared to some of the players I have is the fact that he's an incredible playmaker with blazing speed, and he's a center that can win faceoffs. Doesn't win as many faceoffs. He's not the worst faceoff player in the game, but he definitely plays better on the wing. That's just my opinion. I've had better scoring opportunities with Duchesne when he's playing the wing. And I've also tried Crosby on right wing. I hear he's a lot better at right wing, but he seems to be working a lot better for me at center. So I'm going to keep him at center. I did change him to a right wing, but I changed him back to a center, and he just feels more better at the center position. It feels more natural to me. So that's my first line. I did have Team of the Year, Carey Price. X-Hype gave me Carey Price, my favorite goalie in the NHL. I've always wanted him, but for some reason, Carey Price gave up shitty goals, as well as Player of the Game Lundqvist. Player of the Game Lundqvist either has the most phenomenal games you'll ever see from a goalie, or just has like a lot of head scratching what the fuck moments. Like, how did that goal get in? That's what Lundqvist did for me. And so I went out and got Tuukka Rask, the 92 rated one. I would love to have the Team of the Year Rask, but I'm afraid to get him and give up soft goals, because I feel like the higher rated the player is, sometimes the puck bounces the other way and favors your opponent so much, and I fucking hate that. I picked up Team of the Year Bishop. I played 2 games with him so far. He's got a 1.00 goals against average. That's only 2 games. I've had him before, and he gave up like 5 goals in one game, and I got rid of him immediately. It was a kind of a fucking rage quit moment where I just fucking, I wanted to quick sell him, but I didn't, because that would be really stupid. But I picked him up again because every time I play against somebody who has Bishop, Bishop like gives me fits. I always find it really hard to score on Bishop, especially if my opponent's good at defense. If my opponent's not good at defense, I feel like the best way to score on Bishop is trying to go for those deflections. And his quickness isn't really there, but his Team of the Year is definitely is a great card to have. Definitely better than his Hot Live and his regular card, because the regular and Hot Live card, his quickness isn't there, and it's easy to go forehand, backhand, forehand on him, because he can't move as fast as some of the other goalies in this game. All right, line 2. Team of the Year Hall is another one of the best snipers I've ever had. I've had his milestone card. I've had his regular card. I've had his cancer card. I've never tried his Hot Live card. But this is easily the best Taylor Hall I've ever had. Really consistent, really fast, has a blazing shot, beautiful wrist shot, beautiful snap shot. And this one can play both sides of the ice because he's got the 89 defense. Probably one of the most consistent Team of the Year cards I've had, with the exception of Malkin. Malkin's just a fucking beautiful, beautiful card. I've never had a player that scored hat tricks on a consistent basis. Like I've had a couple great performances from players that scored a hat trick, but I'd never got more than 1 hat trick out of one player. And Malkin was just a beast. But I ended up getting rid of Malkin because I have a hard time hanging on using the same players over and over and over again. And I love testing. You guys know me. I love testing out new players all the time. And Taylor Hall's just been a beauty. And it definitely is up there with Stanley Cup Gabrick, who's been scoring goals on a consistent basis for me. Just really love those 2 players as far as snipers go. Jonathan Toews, I had his Team of the Year card. Great card. Plays the way you expect him to. Someone offered, I think it was Gong Show, offered me a trade for Player of the Game Toews. It was I think it was Gong Show, or no, it might have been Arrows, Missing Arrows or something like that. I forget it, so I apologize if I fudged that up to whoever's watching. Jonathan Toews, Player of the Game. He offered me Jonathan Toews, Player of the Game, 92 Michael Camilleri, and I forget what the other card was. But the Team of the Year Toews, there was a couple up on the market, and they were going for about 700 and something K. I still see some of them selling for 900K plus. but I'm not that type of guy. He offered me player of the game, which is one rating less than the team of the year, and uh, I didn't mind giving it up because the fact that the team of the year was given to me, and he really wanted that Jonathan Toews, and this one was only one rating less, and the trade value he gave me came out to the value that was worth the team of the year, so I didn't mind making someone else happy. You know what I mean? That's how I looked at it. And this player of the game, Toews, for some weird reason, is playing a lot better than the team of the year one did. I'm getting a lot of goals with this Jonathan Toews, a lot of big plays, a lot of turnovers. He's so fucking good at the two-way forward, like a Patrice Bergeron, or I know Pavel Datsuk's a playmaker, but he plays like a two-way forward. I don't know why they have him categorized as a playmaker, because he is a playmaker by all means. He's fucking really fucking nifty with the puck and can score goals and does unbelievable passes, and his hands are unreal. But Pavel Datsuk's one of the best defensive players in the game, so you'd think they would make him more of a two-way forward than a playmaker. But Jonathan Toews definitely ranks up there with Patrice Bergeron and Pavel Datsuk as far as playing both sides of the ice. He was my captain if I didn't have Crosby. Jonathan Toews would easily be a captain, but he's my assistant captain. Because how do you not make Crosby a captain? That's what I want to know, right? He was the captain for Canada. He's captain for Pittsburgh. If he's a captain for Canada, he's got to be a captain for my team, even though I'm American. But Crosby's the best player on my team, so I feel like he deserves a captain. If I didn't have Toews or Crosby on my team, then my captain would be Chara. And I did make him captain, and there is a noticeable difference in Chara's speed when you make him captain, but he really doesn't need it. He's a 98 overall, for crying out loud. Nathan MacKinnon, the guy's he's fucking blazing fast. He opens up the ice. He's an amazing playmaker for that fact. The fact that he's got his speed, he uses his speed to get other players open because he sucks in the opponent's players. But I've only scored one goal with him with a bunch of games played. How many games played do I got? 47 games played, and I just got one goal with him, and it happened on live stream just a couple hours ago. For some reason, I can't seem to score with Nathan MacKinnon, even with that 93 shot. But he's an unbelievable playmaker, and that's the only reason why I would have him on my top two lines is his playmaking abilities. He opens up a lot of the ice for your other players and can make that pass for the one-timer or just pass it to anybody in general and try to get that open shot, open look on net. Nathan MacKinnon's amazing for that. Terrible center, though, as far as face-offs go. Nathan MacKinnon's probably one of the worst face-off artists in the game. He definitely ranks up there, like with David Stepan. I think Stepan would win more faceoffs than MacKinnon, but Stepan's Stepan's faceoff rating is just god awful. But MacKinnon's definitely one of the worst at it. So he makes an amazing winger. I've seen a lot of people use him on the left side, and they use it for the one-timers on the left side or whatever, just to go for the short side goal. But I like having my right-handed players on the right side, unless the right-handed player was a natural left wing to begin with, and I'll keep him on the left side. But I prefer MacKinnon on the right side, and he matches up so beautiful with Jonathan Toews and Taylor Hall. It's a speedy line with the exception of Toews. Toews really isn't that fast, even with the 92 skate. But MacKinnon, with his speed, Jonathan Toews gets a lot of scoring opportunities because of that. And I love this Nathan MacKinnon. I still trying to figure out why his Team of the Year card sells for more than his 90 rated one. That I'll never understand, but it is what it is. I picked up Shea Weber. I bought his Movember card, but I wasn't feeling it. It was really slow. So I picked up his Hot Live card a couple days ago. I know it's only one more rating than his Movember card, but he seems to be a little bit fast and seems to play better on defense than his Movember card. Just gave him the assistant captain my last game, and he came up big a couple games for me ago. It was in overtime. And I was on the power play in overtime, and he ended up shooting a simple snapshot on net and won the game-winning goal. It was awesome, and I didn't think I could get that out of Weber. I thought he was only good for his slap shots, but he does make some great plays. He's an amazing defender. If I had his Movember card, I would tell you right now he's overrated. But his Hot Live card definitely outperforms his Movember card, even though it's only one more rating. And even with that assistant captain card, he's even that much better. I would love to get a hold. I think he's got a 96 rated. It's either a 95 or a 96 rated Hot Live card. I would love to get my hands on that. But right now, I'm pretty satisfied with this 93 rated Hot Live card. I couldn't tell you who's better between him and Player of the Game Suitor, because I really want to try Player of the Game Suitor, or even his Team of the Year Suitor, because I'm one of the guys who did like his Movember card. I've heard some people saying they were really disappointed with that card in general, but I was a big fan of Suitor's Movember card, and I think it's the same rating as his Gold card, so I can only imagine they perform the same. But right now, Daniel Chao is easily the best defensive defenseman in the game, but Weber is unbelievable. His Hot Live card, his 93 rated one, anyways. Duncan Keith, I've had his Gold card, I've had his 92 Hot Live card, I've got his Team of the Year card now. I haven't tried his 96 card as much as I would love to have that one, but what's the point? His 95 is amazing. His Gold card in general, I was able to score a lot of wrist shots and a lot of snapshots with. His Hot Live card I wasn't really impressed with this 92 card. I was actually more impressed with his regular Gold card. And the 92 is obviously supposed to be better, but for some reason it didn't play better. So if I had to recommend Duncan Keith, I would say go for his Gold card more so than his Hot Live card. His Hot Live card was really disappointing for me. Just felt super slow. His skating didn't feel as good as his regular Gold card, but his Team of the Year card is phenomenal. He's super fast, and his defensive skills are amazing for a guy who's pretty small on the ice compared to other defensemen. He also only has an 85 check, but he can lay a big hit because of his speed. His 89 shot is awesome. He's got a wicked blaster for a slap shot. His snapshot is probably one of the best for an offensive defenseman. And he's got a decent wrist shot, too. I definitely recommend Team of the Year Keith if you can get him. He's affordable now, so... But I would stay away from his 92 Hot Live card. That's just my opinion. I'm sure some people will say it's a great card, but I got to disagree after playing with his Gold card. I've had a lot more success with this Gold card than I did with this 92. So I can't recommend the 96 one because I've never tried it, but his Team of the Year or his Gold card are great cards to have. And if you're ever curious about Duncan Keith, I definitely recommend picking him up. But definitely stay away from that 92 card. It's not worth it. It's a waste of pucks, in my opinion. You could definitely get better defensemen. So, line 3, I got Milestone Parise. The best Parise I've ever had. I've had his Sochi card. I never tried his regular or his Movember. I really don't care for it. They're a little too slow for me. His Sochi card felt slow to me. I felt it was easy to get the puck off Parise or trap me on the boards. But his Movember card is just so unreal. Just puts up a lot of points, whether he's scoring goals, addition the assist. He's great on both sides of the ice. He's got that 92 defensive rating with his 93 skate, so he can cause a lot of turnovers. His 92 shot is awesome. His 96 hands are really impressive. My favorite Parise by far. One of my favorite cards this year as well. He's definitely in my top 5. It's just unbelievable. Stanley Cup Bergeron, I can definitely feel the difference between the Stanley Cup and the 92 Hot Live and Player of the Game. X-Hype donated me a Player of the Game, which I always wanted, and I had a lot of fun with it. It definitely was no different than his 92 card. They both played the same to me because they're the same ratings, but I feel like some cards, even if they're the same ratings, they feel different to me for some reason. But the Bergeron didn't. His Stanley Cup, I definitely feel a difference as far as speed, shots, just the overall performance in the card. Never tried his 96 Hot Live card as much as I would love to get my hands on that fucking card. But I'm really impressed with this 93 card. Patrice Bergeron, even with players like Sidney Crosby and Jonathan Toews on my team, I could easily put Bergeron on my first line and still be pretty satisfied. You give him a captain card, he turns out to be a 95 overall, and his shots go in for a two-way forward. He's probably one of the best scoring two-way forwards in the game, next to Jonathan Toews. So he's really impressive card. I definitely recommend it. But I would try to get it as long as it's only a little bit more than his 92. If someone's charging 100K more, I'd stay away from it and just stick with his Hot Live card or his Player of the Game card. But if it's only like say like 40K more, I would definitely get a Stanley Cup card. It's definitely worth it. Gabrick I just picked up before I started making this video. I've had this card for a long time though. I've had another Stanley Cup card that I ended up buying when it was going for like 400 something K or maybe even more. I'm not too sure. But Gabrick was the only player I've ever had that scored on a game-to-game consistent basis. Gabrick was just a scoring machine for me. But after X-Hype donated the team to me, he became expendable. So I ended up getting rid of him. And the only player that I could say could compare to Gabrick's scoring ability on a consistent basis. And I say Team of the Year, Hall scored a lot of goals, but not as much as Gabrick. It would have to be the Team of the Year, Malkin, that I had. Malkin was just fucking unreal. Never scored so many. Gabrick I've scored the most goals with than any player in this game, and on more of a consistent basis, even more so than Malkin. So I picked him up again. I was looking for a new player. I ended up picking up Player of the Game Ben, but I gave it to X-Hype. He traded for me. I would have gave it to him anyways, but I think he feels guilty, and he shouldn't because he gave me a $7-point-something million team. But Gabrick's just unreal, and I definitely recommend Gabrick if you're good with Deacon and getting around players. But if you're somebody who just likes to play straight up hockey and just rush the net without Deacon and passing, Gabrick might not be a guy because he's small, so he's easy to bump the puck off of. But if you're good at getting around defenders and Deacon and stuff like that, Gabrick's just unreal, and he scores a ton of goals. The best wrist shot I've ever seen in a player in this game. His snapshot is lightning quick, just like the real Gabrick in the NHL. It's like I forget what goalie who said it, but they said when Gabrick shoots the puck, especially in penalty, no, what do you call it? In shootouts, it's like as soon as the puck leaves his stick, you can't even see it. It goes so fast in the net as soon as it leaves the stick. And I guess he's one of the best at it in the game, and it feels like that in this game too. Like Gabrick's just got a wicked shot, and it's wicked accurate too. I noticed that Gabrick's always on point, and that's just for me. I can't speak for anybody else, but he's so accurate, and that's what I look for in a sniper. That's what I want in a sniper. I don't want somebody who keeps hitting the boards and misses the net like Ovechkin did for me. Maybe it's because his shot was so powerful, it just wasn't so accurate, but. I don't know. I was really disappointed in Ovechkin. That's just me, though. A lot of people love him, and maybe I just don't know how to use him, but that's just me. Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo is an awesome defenseman. I had SCE Subban in his spot, and SCE Subban is the best Subban I've ever used. I've never used his Team of the Year. I've tried his Hot Live card, and Subban's Hot Live card is fucking slow as molasses, and wasn't really that impressive. His poke check was retarded. And it was just an all-around terrible defenseman for me, his Hot Live card. Never used his gold card. It always seems to be up there in price. I can only imagine it performs okay, unless they're just making the pucks off the name Subban. And that's one thing, but I can't give you an opinion if I don't know about it. But his Subban's SCE card is one of the best defensive cards I've ever played with. Scores a lot of goals. Something I was trying to look for in the Hot Live card. And they seem to get his shot right with the SE card with the slap shots. But Pietrangelo is just an unbelievable breed of a player. Probably, I don't know. It's hard to say between Ryan McDonough and Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo is definitely easily the better card. I've never tried his. I think he's got a 96 Hot Live card. I've never tried. I've tried his gold card, and I was pretty impressed with his gold card. It wasn't as fast as I was hoping it to be, but he definitely skates good. He plays defense real good. So his gold card is great. I've never tried his 91 or 96 Hot Live card. I came pretty close to buying the 91 until X-Hype donated me the team that I've always wanted. I was able to sell somebody to get the Team of the Year one. I could have grabbed the Hot Live one, but it was going for like a bunch of more pucks. So I found it unnecessary to buy it when I could just get the 95 one and know I'm getting a good card. And I've definitely got a great card. One of the best two-way defenseman players in the game. In my opinion, plays super solid defense, and I like how big he is for a two-way defenseman. Kind of has a body of a defensive defenseman, and but can skate super fast and has got a nice shot. And just really impressed with Pietrangelo. And you can actually get his Team of the Year card cheap. And if I had the option to have his the 96, if I had the pucks for it, I would definitely buy the 95 first because of the fact that it goes a lot cheaper, and you're really not missing out on much, in my opinion. But if the 96 goes a lot cheaper, which it will in a couple weeks, then obviously I'd probably go for the 96. But his 95 is unreal. There was no reason for me to get the 96. He's really impressive. I'd rather spend the pucks on an offensive player who will score goals for me. Ryan McDonough, I've always had since I opened him in a pack. He's just too good of a defenseman to give up. I know what he's capable of doing. I don't have to go look for another defenseman and wonder if he's that good or that bad, because Ryan McDonough's a really, really solid defenseman. You can't go wrong with him. You might be able to get a solid defenseman at the same amount of pucks as him, but like I said, he's great. He skates great. He plays amazing defense. He's got the 94 defensive rating. He can check. He's got a great slap shot. His shots are accurate on top of it when you're going for slap shots. There was no reason for me to upgrade it or try somebody else new, because I know the performance I'm getting out of him. So he's definitely a mainstay on my team. And I did try his Hot Live 90 rated card. I haven't tried anything else of his. Besides the gold card I've always liked. But his Hot Live 90 card definitely feels slower than his SCE card. And you could probably get his SCE card for the same, for probably just a little bit more pucks. And it's definitely worth the investment. Not too crazy about his other Hot Live card. And I know he's got a 92 Hot Live card. I don't know if it plays exactly the same or what. James Neal, power forward. I've only tried him out for one game, but it was enough for me to get rid of my not team of the year, my Milestone Pacioretty. Milestone Pacioretty, I paid 200-something K for it a couple of weeks ago. And I just wanted a scoring power forward, somebody who I can rely on. And I was asking around the community, should I get Team of the Year JVR? Because I love JVR. I'm a big fan of JVR. So I figured his Team of the Year card must be Beast because it's got the Beast ratings. But everybody's telling me to stay away from it. He's a disappointment of a card. And I should have tried it anyways because my opinion's always different than other people's. Like, I'll always find something good about the card, or unless it's a complete bust, and I'll tell you guys. But I ended up getting Pacioretty, and Pacioretty was just he's an amazing card, the Milestone card, and there's definitely a difference between his 91 Hot Live card and his 90 Hot Live card compared to his Milestone card. His Milestone card is just awesome. He's fast for a power forward. He's got a great shot. Even I love Pacioretty's gold card. I like it more so than Rick Nash or any power forward in the game. Really liked Pacioretty's gold card. Always got the job done for me, unlike the other power forwards that go for more pucks. Rick Nash was really, in my opinion, really overrated in this game. I've never tried his Hot Live card, but I just know he's really overrated in this game. But James Neal, on the other hand, is fast. Got a wicked fucking shot. His slap shot is unreal. When his puck misses the net and hits the boards, it reminds me of Chara's slap shot. He's got a blaster. But just I only got a couple touches with James Neal, and it was good enough for me to get rid of Pacioretty. Pacioretty became expendable, and I really like this card a lot. And it's cheaper than Pacioretty's Milestone card. So I definitely recommend James Neal if you're looking for a good scoring power forward. James Neal is cheaper than most of the options out there compared to elite power forwards, and I definitely recommend him over Milestone Pacioretty. Although Milestone Pacioretty is really good, but you're paying a lot more pucks for someone when you can get production out of James Neal. So that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. 92 Kessler. See, a lot of people I think are disappointed with 92 Kessler because they feel just because he's got a 90 shot, maybe he'll score more. But Kessler is definitely not a scoring forward in this game. For some reason, he just doesn't score as many goals as you like him to score, even when he's on breakaway situations, because he doesn't really have the hands like some of the other players have. I don't know what it is. Kessler, like his Sochi card, I felt like plays better than his 92 Anaheim card. His Sochi card with a captain scored more goals than any Kessler I've ever had. I've had all the Kesslers in this game, and Kessler will always be part of my team. And the only reason why he's on my team is because of his defensive abilities. His defensive abilities are amazing. They're up there with Bergeron's. They're up there with Tays as far as the defensive side of the puck goes. Actually, I like Kessler better than Tays because Kessler's got the speed and the defense. Kessler causes a lot of turnovers, causes a lot of headaches on penalty kill situations, and easily my favorite penalty killer in the game next to Bergeron. Kessler's been on my team since the beginning of Hockey Ultimate Team, whether it's his gold card, I think he's either an 88 or an 89 Hot Live card. He's got the 90 Sochi card, and he's got this 92 card. And the 92 card I'm not disappointed in at all, although I feel like I got better production out of his Sochi card as far as the offense goes. Now, what's weird about Kessler, I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, but Kessler seems to be really shitty when you pair him up with a sniper. I don't know what it is, but I can never seem to get a sniper in rhythm as long as Kessler's at center. But I feel like he's really good with power forwards or with an all two-way forward line. And for some reason, I can just never get it done with Kessler. And no matter who the sniper is, I can put any sniper on the line with him. And it's just the chemistry doesn't seem there. Even though we'll say 99 chem, but it just doesn't feel like it's there. I feel like Kessler was meant to skate with a power forward in this game and a playmaker. Or two sets of power, two sets, a triple pair of two-way forwards. The 99 chemistry two-way forward line is a great line with Kessler as well. But if you're looking for a scoring punch, I feel like he plays better with a scoring power forward than a sniper. And I don't know what it is. I swear I've tried every sniper I can imagine with Kessler, and it just doesn't work out. But it feels different. Like if the lines are out there, like say if he's in the middle of a line change and he's stuck out there with someone that's not on his line that's a sniper, maybe he'll get it done. But other than that, if you set him out with the line with a sniper, he just doesn't get it done for me. I don't know what the fuck it is. He just doesn't do it. Parento. People are telling me on my stream, why do you have Parento on your fourth line compared to the rest of the players that you have? Why Parento? Because Parento's a fucking beast in this game. 90 skate, 90 shot, 93 hands. When I first got this game, when I was opening packs, I didn't have the team that I want. Obviously, nobody does. But I had Parento as a gold player, and for some reason, he always seemed to make big plays for me. So when I seen that they released a Hot Live card, I had to get it, and I'm not disappointed at all. He feels faster than his 90 skate suggests. He's got a nice shot, too, for a playmaker. I mean, it's hard to really score with playmakers in this game if they're not snipers, if they're not natural snipers or whatever. Parento's not really known for his scoring touch, but his 90 shot's pretty impressive, and he's got the 93 hands to go with it, and his 89 defense. So he's a great all-around playmaker in this game. The only thing that's a pain in the ass with him is like I always feel like I'm going to score with him, and then I fucking rang the post. Or it's just something stupid like that. But he's a great playmaker. He opens up things on the ice like my McKinnon does. He's not as fast as McKinnon, but Parento does make some big plays on offense to help open things up a little bit. And that's what I like about him. I needed a right-handed shot on my line, and Parento is a perfect complement. There's not too many great right-handed players in this game that are playmakers that are. I don't know what it is. It's like this game. Most of the great players in this game, I feel, are left-handed, and if they're right-handed, for some reason they just don't match up with my lines chemistry-wise. Like I've had X-Hype donated me Player of the Game. Corey Perry's a great player, but I had already had a two-way forward. Either on the left wing, or I just didn't have the chemistry to put him into my lines. But he had a really amazing shot, and he's a natural goal scorer in this game, but he just didn't work with my team. But Parento does, and that's why I have him. And he's cheap, too, so I definitely recommend him. So everybody here on this team really serves their purpose. Everybody on this team definitely gets my approval. And if I had to do it all over, and if I had to pick between Kessler and Sochi Kessler, I would save my pucks and go for the Sochi Kessler. The only reason why I'm keeping this Kessler and not selling him is because A, I'm not going to get that much for him, and B is he's really fast. His skating is definitely noticeable, but the Sochi Kessler is just as good production wise. If you're looking for production on offense, Sochi Kessler is just impressive and still gets the job done. So if you want to save some pucks, I definitely suggest getting the Sochi Kessler. I think you can get him for like $25K now, maybe even less. So you're definitely paying a lot more for the 92 Kessler, who's the same, if not worse, on offense, but is just still amazing on defense. So, and his faceoffs are definitely better. It's definitely noticeable to win more faceoffs, even though Kessler is a great faceoff center. But he does win more faceoffs with a higher rating. So that's good. And my depth, I just picked up Mason Raymond. I love his 84 rated card. Mason Raymond was like it felt like Rudy from Notre Dame, just the fucking guy you never expect him to do anything, but he comes out big because he's got a big heart, right? It's the only way I can describe him. But he's got the 94 skate, 89 shot. I think his hot live card was maybe an 85 shot. I'm not too sure. He was just fast, and that's why I liked him. But he still scored goals. He's just as good of a sniper as anybody out there at the time. But I just felt like I had to get this card and try him out. I haven't tried him out yet. Molson is a great card. He feels faster than his 90 skate suggests. He's actually pretty fucking fast. It's got a great shot, 93 shot, 93 hands, 89 defense, so great all-around card. Definitely would have him on my team if I didn't have the players that I have. Could easily be a first-line sniper for me. I feel he's that good. Havlet, I don't know. His speed's there, but he's kind of a bigger sniper. He's got a big body for a sniper compared to some of the snipers in this game, so his speed doesn't really feel like it's that fast. His shot really isn't that impressive. I feel like you can get just as good, if not better, production out of his gold card than his hot live card. I think his hot live card is just it's kind of got like that placebo effect to it in a sense. He might be a little bit faster than his gold card, but I feel like I got more goals out of his gold card than I do with his hot live card. And that's why he's so cheap. Pavelski, I love Pavelski. They just didn't do him right in this game this year, not even with his SCE card. Grabowski's a solid center in this game. Wins some of his faceoffs, wins more faceoffs than Duchesne would, that's for sure. Another player that I'm really sold on that I got to get because he for some reason, no matter what team I had, Galchenyuk was the fucking best player I've ever had in Hut. It's just crazy. He's fucking super fast. He's got one of the best shots for a playmaker. He's got a nice lift to his shot, nice wrist shot, nice snap shot, great slap shot. Galchenyuk is an all-around stud in this game, and he only goes for, you can probably get him for 12K. You might find one for 10K. Galchenyuk is a beast in this game. He's easily up there, and one of maybe my top 5 to top 10 best cards in Hot this year is Galchenyuk, believe it or not. Stastny, 91 rated Stastny. He's super fast. He's got a decent shot, great hands, and he's really cheap too. So I definitely like all these cards that are going for say like 25K and less will keep you competitive in Hut with no issues, no problem whatsoever. They're great cards to have. They're super cheap because they flooded the market. And not only that, the game's at the end of its cycle, so they're selling really cheap. So you can't go wrong with any of this. Even the Havlet you can't go wrong with, but I feel like you could save your pucks, get the gold Havlet, and put the pucks towards another player that they'll be useful to you. So that's the team. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I wanted to show you guys. So X-Hype donated another line today. So here we go. And had 0 games played before I tried him. Soche Parise. Oh, let me get rid of him. I'm gonna get rid of him first. You guys are gonna fucking love this, especially you American viewers. So remove from roster. Remove from roster. So I got the Sochi Parise with the flag. 0 games played until I played with him in my stream. He's only got 1 game played. X-Hype donated this whole line to me today. This is awesome. Well, I gave him Player of the Game Ben, and what was the other player? Player of the Game Ben. Oh, and SCE Sharp, which I'm not a big fan of at all. I don't like SCE Sharp's card at all. So I got the all Sochi line today. That was awesome. He really didn't donate it. I did cough up a couple players, but I think he would have gave this to me anyways. So I got Sochi Parise, Sochi Kessler, Sochi Pavelski, one of the rarest lines in Hockey Ultimate Team. It's hard to find these guys with the flags, that's for sure. He told me he paid $550K just for this line, and it's crazy, especially with the 0 games played on Parise. Look, I only used him for 1 game, so there's the 1 game played. But the chemistry is no joke in this game. I played him in my last game. I had him on my 3rd line, easily a first-line team. first line for any team. They played ridiculously great with each other, and that's why I feel like Kessler plays really, really good with two-way forwards or a scoring power forward. Other than that, he's fucking useless with snipers. I don't know what it is. But this line play was really impressive, and I had the Crosby line out there. I had the Jonathan Toews line out there, and this line actually played better, outperformed the rest of the lines. So I really wanted to share this with you guys since I shared the rest of the players he gave me, and I love this line a lot. I told him on stream, this is the only cards I'm not going to get rid of. I'm not going to sell them. And if he ever wanted them back, I'm going to give them back to him because this is a pretty impressive line. This is kind of really special to me, the fact that it's hard to find players with the flags, especially the players that you want to put together, and this is a great line to have together. So I got the Sochi line of Parise, Kessler, and Pavelski, and I love it a lot, and I'm going to use them in more games to come, but I'm not going to try not to use it that much. So I don't have to put that many games on Parise, I guess, because I felt bad breaking them in. But that's what the cards are there for, to use, right? There was 6 owners between this card. I guess maybe I'm the 6th or maybe I'm the 7th with 0 games played. So that's really unbelievable considering how long these cards have been out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this team update. Who's my backup goalie? Oh yeah, Team of the Year, Bishop. I covered that. I don't know if I missed anybody. No, I got rid of my Live Hartnell. I never tried it. It's the new Hartnell that's out. I'd never ever tried it. It had 0 games played on it, and I finally just sold them. I tried the new Camilleri, the 92 Camilleri. He's super fast. He's got a nice shot, but for some reason he didn't score goals for me. I feel like every opponent that I played against that had the 92 Camilleri, I'm assuming they had the 92 one because he goes super cheap, always scored against me for some reason, but I just couldn't get it to work with him. I put him on the right wing instead of left wing or center. I just feel Camilleri always played better on the right wing ever since I had his gold card. Who else did I get rid of? Oh yeah, I got rid of a double Molson. I think those are the only players out of the Team of the Year players. I've had Phil Kessel. I had Phil Kessel, Ovechkin. My favorite Team of the Year card I had this year, and my favorite Hockey Ultimate Team card this year is Malkin. So that's number 1. Number 2 is either the Team of the Year or the Player of the Game, Jonathan Toews. That's my second favorite card in Hut is Jonathan Toews. Number 3 would have to be, I would say, I had a lot of cards this year. Number 3, I would have to go with. I have to go with Patrice Bergeron just because of his all-around play. Like I said, I've never tried Pavel Datsyuk yet, so maybe he'd easily be a number 3 card, and maybe even number 1, who knows. But it has to be Bergeron for his all-around game. He wins more face-offs than anybody in this game. The best face-off artist in the game by far. Defensively, a defensive genius. In offense, he can get it done, whether it's with his playmaking, with his passing, or his shooting. And number 4 would have to be Sidney Crosby. Just an all-around fantastic card. Number 5 would have to be Zdeno Chara. So those are my top 5 cards in Hut. And then number 6, believe it or not, would be Player of the Game, Hurdle. Hurdle plays like $1 million card when he's boosted to his 99 or 90 above. He's just a phenomenal card. Number 6. So that's number 6. Let's see. Number 7. This is kind of fun. Number 7, I would have to go with Kessler just because of his defensive game. I mean, these are guys that really count on your team. Number 8 would have to be. I'm going to go with Team of the Year Carlson. Team of the Year Carlson or any Carlson for that matter, because I hear any Carlson is really great in this game. The fact that you have an extra forward in this game when you're in the offensive zone, and it has great defensive abilities too, with his speed and defensive rating combined. Let's see, so that's 8, right? Number 9 would have to be Milestone Parise, just a great card. He could probably be number 6 easily for me, or even crack the top 5. And number 10, number 10. Who's the 10th best player? So I said Malkin. I said Toews. Number 10. As far as statistic wise and as far as production, number 10 would probably be the SCE Gabrick that I had, just because of the fact that he's the only player that I had that had more goals and more points than games played. So there's my top 10 for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this team update. Sorry I went a long time, but it's a long time since I made a video, and you guys know I love to talk. I could talk the shit out of you guys. And I want to thank you guys so much for an incredible NHL 14 year in Hockey Ultimate Team. This is the year that my channel started to take off. Compared when I first started Hockey Ultimate Team, the first week into it, we only had 30 subscribers. We're almost at 600, which is awesome. I got to that without doing I did 2 giveaways, but it was only for you guys. I didn't do it to gain subscribers, because the giveaways that I did were for people already subscribed to the channel. It didn't count to people who subscribed, and I did it without broken promises and all this other shit. I did it just by being me, and I'm really happy about that. I feel like I'm accomplishing something. I did it without making money. That's my #1 priority, was to do it for fun. I didn't monetize my videos or anything like that, so I made 0 cents from these videos. I do it for the love of it, and I do it because of the feedback that I get from you guys. You guys have always made me super happy. I went through a pretty bad phase when I was really depressed. You know, I'm over 3 years sober, and I'm so used to doing things from drinking and drugging that, you know, I wasn't naturally happy. I had that fake happiness going, and I'm still learning how to live life on life's terms without being under the influence of something. So I still go through phases where I'm depressed because I just don't know how to do things sober. You know what I mean? But you guys got me through that with all your comments in my videos, and I've never seen such a nicer fucking group of people in my life. When I go to other people's channels, you see other people fighting and acting like assholes towards each other, and you guys don't do that. Some of you guys have come to my stream and have been super nice. And I'll add anybody. You guys know that. I've added a bunch of you guys to my friend list. The only time I kick people off my friend list is when they ask me for free shit or ask me for pucks. I don't tolerate that. I worked really hard for my team this year, with the exception when Hype gave me all those cards. But up until that point, I mean, I paid every cent into packs. Busted my ass working the market, and I busted my ass to have the team that I had up until this point. And it's all because I do it for the love, because of for you guys. So thank you so much. I cannot wait to make NHL 15 content for you guys. I'm really looking forward to that, and the fact that I'm more comfortable doing these videos now because I don't feel like a rookie anymore. It's easy to speak to you guys, so I'm really looking forward to NHL 15. Holy shit, am I looking forward to that game? Yeah, we're almost a month away, which is fucking awesome. And the first thing I'm gonna do is go on a Hockey Ultimate Team. I'm buying the game for PS4 and Xbox One, so I can interact with all you guys, not just a group of you guys. You know what I mean? I'm gonna focus on the one game that I'll focus on more. It depends on how the game feels on the controller. If it feels better on Xbox One, even though PS4 has the 1080p, I'll probably play it on Xbox One. If the controller feels better on Xbox One, they might have more promotions for. I mean, if the game feels better on PS4 and they might have promotions for Xbox One, I'm gonna play on that PS4 more. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna do it for both. I'm gonna work hard on both teams regardless, and I just can't wait. So I've talked long enough. I'm sorry for that. I thank you guys for an incredible year. Really, sincerely, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, and come join me on my streams. I stream almost every day. I usually stream really early in the morning, which is stupid, but I do it because my kids are still asleep or they're in school. Or I'll stream when my kids go back to school. I'll be streaming during the day, so I'm looking forward to that. It'll probably be daily, especially NHL 15. I'll be on every day streaming. And I hope you guys get to come by and hang out, because that's when I interact best with you guys. I interact with everybody on Twitter, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, I do follow you back so I can interact with you guys, because a lot of you guys like to send me DMs and ask me questions and all that shit. And I do get back to everybody. It might not be right away, but I do get back to you. I promise you that. And I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend. Hope you enjoy the rest of your summer, beautiful summer day. I'm waiting for my wife to get back with the brand new car we just bought. I'm excited. It's a dad car. It's a dad mobile. It's a hatchback. It's a 2014 Nissan Versa Note, and I'm waiting for her to get back so I can take it for my first drive. Man, I'm so happy. All right, guys. Everyone enjoy themselves. This is Sully 138. I'll be talking to you all soon.